Hello students, in this lecture we will study algebra of continuous function. If you have not seen my lecture 1 to 5 on continuity topic, please see it, then continue with this lecture. Last year in 11th class you had learned about the algebra of limit, that limit sign can be separated for each algebraic sign, plus, minus, multiplication, division. In this year, with the help of this theorem, we can prove that if we are adding any two continuous function, the result is what function we will get, it is also continuous. So what is the theorem? Suppose f and g be two real functions continuous at real number c, then by algebra of continuous function their sum is continuous at point c, their difference is continuous at point c, their product is continuous at point C, and if we divide f by g and c is not equal to 0, then this function is also continuous at c. How we can prove it? We are considering any two function f and g which are continuous at c. So we are calculating to check the continuity of f plus g. We have to calculate the limit value of f plus g at c. So we are calculating, we are knowing by definition of limit. Algebra of limit, we can separate limit sign for plus. We have separated the limit sign, so we are getting fc and gc. They have given these are continuous at point c, so their limit is exists, and what is their value? fc and plus gc. C we have taken common by definitions of function. If you will calculate the function value at c, so that also you will get it f plus g c. So function is a which type of function? Continuous function at point c. In the same way, other algebraic continuity you can check, difference, product and division. But generally they are not asking the theorem proof, they are asking the question based on this concept. While doing the question, we require this concept. A constant function is everywhere continuous. This we are using as a theorem statement. A polynomial function is everywhere continuous. A rational function is continuous in its domain. Logarithmic function is continuous. This is the domain of log function. Log functions in next lecture I will explain you. Exponential function is everywhere continuous. This both I will explain you in separate lecture. Modulus function you all are knowing. Modulus function is also everywhere continuous. Trigonometric function are continuous function. Continuous means continuous in their domain, and everywhere means minus infinity to infinity, that is set of real number. In lecture 1 I have explained all this concept. Now we will do exercise 5.1, question number 3. Examine the following functions for continuity. This question we can do by two methods. Fx is equal to x minus 5. It is a polynomial function. You can take any point in their domain. We know that the domain of polynomial function is all real numbers. So I am taking any point c, arbitrary point here to take it. Then calculate the limit. So you will get it c minus 5. Then you will calculate the function value at this point c. So you are getting c minus 5. You are getting the function value at c is equal to limit value of function at c, and it satisfies the continuity at a point, and this will happen with all the point which line are. So therefore f is continuous function. We can also do it theoretically. Method second, we know that polynomial function are continuous function. Just now I have explained the theorems. Since fx, it is a which type of function? Polynomial function. And what you have written it is continuous, therefore it is a continuous function. So this either any of the way you can do it. Its second part, fx is equal to 1 upon x minus 5. How it is formed? Numerator is a constant function, denominator is a polynomial function. So here we have to apply the algebra of continuous function. By algebra of a continuous function, fx is continuous function. Why we are saying? So you have to write it. We know that constant function and polynomial function are continuous function, and already they have given x is not equal to 5. So it is continuous at all the real number. So by algebra of continuous function, the division, when we divide a function with another function which both are continuous, so the resultant function is also continuous. So fx is continuous function. constant function divided by polynomial function. Both are continuous functions, so there by algebra the result is also a continuous function. Next question, it's C part, x square minus 25 upon x plus 5. I have factorized the numerator, then I have cancelled the common factor and changed into simplest form. Like first part, method 2, you can write it. We know that polynomial function are continuous functions. Since fx is a polynomial function, so it is a continuous function. In D, fx is equal to mod x minus 5. It is formed by two functions. One is polynomial and another is mod function. So which concept, which definition of continuity is applicable? Continuity of composite function. So we are defining these two functions as gx and hx. Then we are defining the composition. Already you can see we know that polynomial and modulus function are continuous function. By continuity of composite function, HOGX is equal to fx is equal to mod x minus 5 is a continuous function. With this question, we can revise all the definition of continuity, continuity of composite function. We have seen its fourth part, algebra in its second part, in C part by using sum theorem first, and C part we have used by using sum theorem. Question number 21st, you can do it by taking any point in the domain of this function, and then you can apply the continuity concept. Or one more way you can do it by algebra of continuous function. But how you will write it? So you write it, we know that sine and cos are continuous function by theorems, some theorem we have learned it. Then by algebra of continuous function, sin x plus cos x is equal to fx is also continuous function. Here also in the same way we know that sin x and cos x are continuous function. Then by algebra of continuous function, their difference, that is sin x minus cos x is equal to fx, is also a continuous function. It's C part. We know that sin x and cos x are continuous function. Then by algebra of continuous function, the product of sin x and cos x is equal to fx is also continuous function. So 21st, by taking value C or by using algebra of continuous function, you can do it. Now we will see question number 19. Question 19, it is important. This logic we required. So many times it was asked in board exam. We have given a function gx x minus this bracket represent what? Greatest integer function. Before doing this question, let us see how it works. Greatest integer function, when we keep any fractional decimal number, so it remove the decimal part. But how it remove it? So we have to see 2.3 lies between which two integers? 2 and 3. So the work of greatest integer opposite to its name, ये काई में बदल देता है? स्मॉलेस्ट इंटीजर. 2.3 काई में बदल जाएगा? 2 में. 2.9 लेते हैं तो 2.9 किन दो इंटीजर्स के बीच? It lies between 2 and 3, which is the smallest integer? 2. So the work of this greatest integer function is to change this number into smallest integer if there is any fractional part. If this is integer, it will be remains as it is, that is smallest integer. So we have to observe the number lie between which two integers, and then it changes into smallest integer. If it is inside this greatest integer function 2 is there, it remains as it is. X minus h. X is any integer and h is any fractional part. Like 0.1, 0.2, x is any integer. So how it works? X minus h lie between less than x and greater than x minus 1. So which is the smallest integer? X minus 1. अब जब हम लिमिट का कंसेप्ट अप्लाई करेंगे तो ये लॉजिक की ज़रूरत रहेगी. x plus h so is equal to x. How? X plus h is lie between greater than x and less than x plus 1. दो इंटीजर कौन से हैं? In which this number lies? So between x and x plus 1, which is the smallest? X. So it changes into x. Now let's see be any integral point. उन्होंने बोला है prove that the given function gx is discontinuous at all integral points. So see be any integral point. Integral point means any integer. कोई भी हमने इंटीजर लिया है, इनफाइनाइट इंटीजर आर पॉसिबल, तो हम एक आर्बिट्ररी नंबर के फॉर्म में लेंगे. अब LHL कैलकुलेट करते हैं. लिमिट एक्सटेंड्स टू c माइनस जी एक्स की वैल्यू हम लोग फर्स्ट वी रिमूव दिस सिंबल ऑफ एल एच एल, so it changes into limit s tends to 0 g c minus h, then limit s tends to 0 हम लोगों ने g हटाया, फंक्शन की डेफिनेशन अप्लाई करी c माइनस h माइनस c माइनस h, c माइनस h माइनस, अब यहाँ पे हम ये कंसेप्ट अप्लाई कर रहे हैं x माइनस h, so it changes into x माइनस 1, तो यहाँ पे c इज एनी इंटीजर, h इज एनी फ्रैक्शनल पार्ट, तो ये काई में बदल जाएगा c माइनस 1 में, c से c कैंसिल, माइनस h प्लस 1, h की वैल्यू रखी 1 आया, देन लिमिट आर एच एल, लिमिट एक्स टेंस टू c प्लस जी एक्स, लिमिट h टेंस टू 0 जी सी प्लस h, g की डेफिनेशन अप्लाई करी c प्लस h माइनस c प्लस h, सिंप्लीफाई करा, c से c कैंसिल, लिमिट की वैल्यू रखी 0, हमने क्या ऑब्जर्व करा, एल एच एल इज नॉट इक्वल टू आर एच एल, सो लिमिट डज नॉट एग्जिस्ट, और जब भी लिमिट नहीं एग्जिस्ट करेगी सो फंक्शन इज नॉट कंटिन्यूअस। इसी क्वेश्चन को एक और प्रकार से बना सकते हैं, ये x और माइनस साइन रिमूव कर दें तो ये क्या बना, ग्रेटेस्ट इंटीजर फंक्शन। तो क्वेश्चन इस प्रकार से पूछ सकते हैं, प्रूव दैट ग्रेटेस्ट इंटीजर फंक्शन इज डिसकंटिन्यूअस एट ऑल इंटीग्रल पॉइंट। तो सेम वे में आपको प्रूव करना है, सिर्फ ये पार्ट हट जाएगा तो भी हमारे पास आंसर सेम वे में आएगा, 0 and -1। वंस यू कैन ट्राई इट, आई होप ऑल ऑफ यू गॉट इट, थैंक यू।